My child, I've seen you. I've watched you try to hold everything together while feeling like you're falling apart inside. You smile when it hurts. You push through when you're weary. You pretend you're fine because you think no one would understand the depth of your pain, but I do. I know the heaviness that greets you when you wake. I know how you carry silent burdens through the day, holding back tears in rooms where no one notices your ache. You've whispered to me, asking why life has felt so hard, so confusing, so unfair. You've questioned if I still hear you, if I still care. And though you felt alone, I have been right here every moment. Even in the silence, I was near. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was holding you. I was collecting your tears like treasure. I was breathing over your broken places when you thought no one saw. You didn't imagine me, my child. You sensed me. You just couldn't see how I was working behind what hurt. I never left you. I never turned my face from you. You were never abandoned, even when everything around you felt like loss. I know what they said about you. I know what was taken from you. I know how deep the wound goes, but listen closely. It was not punishment. It was not random. It was never luck. It was me, every closed door, every delayed answer, every sudden ending you couldn't explain. I was in it. I was protecting you when you thought I was punishing you. I was redirecting you when you thought I was rejecting you. I was removing things that were not aligned with your purpose, even when those things felt precious to you. I allowed what you couldn't understand so I could release what you didn't know you needed. My child, I was saving you not from punishment, but from settling. You were made for more. You were made for sacred things. You were made for a destiny too deep to be touched by chance. That's why I let certain things fall apart, not to break you, but to build something higher in you. You prayed for peace. I gave you pruning. You asked for joy. I removed what was poisoning your roots. You didn't fail. You grew. Even when it looked like you lost, you were being preserved. Even when it felt like everything was delayed, I was developing you in the hidden places. Your tears were not wasted. Your pain was not meaningless. You were never forgotten. You were being shaped by divine hands. Every moment of silence had my fingerprint on it. I was walking beside you when you couldn't see me. I was fighting for you when you didn't know what to pray. I was ordering your steps with such detail, even in the chaos. Even when the ground shook, you never left my hand. My child, breathe. You've been carrying so much for so long. You've worn strength like armor, but underneath it, you've been tired. You've tried to be everything for everyone. But I see how you've been craving rest, not just sleep. Rest. Rest for your soul. Rest that heals the places inside you that performance can't touch. You don't have to earn peace from me. I am peace. You don't have to prove you're worthy. I made you worthy. Come back to me. Not with answers, just with your heart. Lay it all down. Collapse into me. I don't need you to fix it before you come. I am the one who heals. Let me hold the parts you don't show anyone. The fragile parts, the angry parts, the confused, scared, numb, and doubting parts. I welcome them all. I welcome all of you. You don't have to perform for me, my child. You just have to be. You just have to breathe and remember that I am still your father. You are safe with me. You are not too broken. You are not too far. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where I knew you would be. And I am with you even now, especially now. Let me speak life over you again. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not disqualified. You are my beloved, and you always have been. Before the betrayal, before the failure, before the heartbreak, even at your lowest, I saw the highest in you. Even when you lost sight of yourself, I never lost sight of you. You are not what they said about you. You are not what your pain tried to name you. You are not what fear has whispered in your mind. You are who I say you are, and I say you are chosen. You are loved, not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. You are enough, not by effort, but by design. You carry divine identity, even when you feel fragile. You carry my breath in your lungs, even when life knocks the wind out of you. You are not your trauma. You are not your past. You are not your worst moment. You are mine, and I am proud of you. I am proud of how you've kept going. I am proud of how you didn't give up when it would have been easier to walk away. I am proud of how you kept believing in something greater, even when everything around you looked smaller. You are stronger than you think, not because you've never fallen, but because you've always risen. You've walked through fire, and you still have your heart. You've walked through storms, and you still have your faith. Even if it's shaky, even if it's small, it's still alive, and I honor that. I bless that because I can do more with your broken yes than the world can do with empty perfection. My child, you are holy ground to me. You don't have to chase your value. It already exists in you. You don't have to hustle for validation. You've already been sealed by my love. The world may not have recognized your worth, but I always did. I hid you, not because you weren't ready, but because they weren't. I covered you to protect what I was cultivating. Your spirit is too sacred to be placed in careless hands. Your calling is too weighty to be mishandled by those who only see surface. That's why I didn't let you fit in. That's why certain people walked away. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. It wasn't failure, it was favor in disguise. I kept you from what looked good so I could lead you to what is holy, not luck. Not coincidence. Me. It's always been me, and I'm not finished. There's more joy, more peace, more purpose. You've only seen the beginning of what I've prepared. What felt like an ending was a doorway. What felt like silence was sacred strategy. What felt like being overlooked was divine preservation. You haven't missed your moment. I'm about to walk you into it, and nothing and no one can stop what I've ordained. Stay with me, my child. Let me carry you the rest of the way. Even now, I am moving mountains for you. Even now, I am aligning the right people, the right timing, the right provision. Even now, I'm working miracles in places you cannot see, and when it unfolds, you'll know. It wasn't random. It wasn't luck. It was me. It was always me. You don't have to strive to make it happen. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. You've done enough trying. Now I'm asking you to trust. Trust that what's meant for you cannot be stolen. Trust that I've seen the injustice and I am not blind. Trust that even when it looks like others are getting ahead, I am working a deeper glory in you. I have never measured your life by comparison. I've never been interested in surface success. I've always been after your heart, and your heart has been through a lot. It's been bruised by disappointment. It's been wounded by betrayal. It's been hardened by survival, but even still, it beats with hope, even still. It reaches for me in the silence, even still. It longs to be whole, and that is why I am here now, to mend what was broken, to heal what you thought could never be healed, to restore joy in the places you only knew sorrow, to breathe again into dreams you buried. I'm not asking you to pretend it didn't hurt. I'm not asking you to erase what happened. I'm asking you to bring it to me, every piece, every fear, every scar. I can handle your anger. I can hold your grief. I can carry the weight you've been holding alone. My hands do not tremble beneath your pain. They were made to heal it. Let me take what life tried to crush in you. Let me show you what beauty I can make from ashes. Let me show you how none of it was wasted, yes. Even that, even the nights you cried yourself to sleep, even the friendships that turned into wounds, even the places where you thought I had abandoned you. I was closer than your breath. I was sitting beside you, weeping with you, waiting for the day you'd let me in deeper, and that day is now. You don't have to guard your heart from me. I already know every part of it. And still, I choose you. I choose you when you feel worthy. I choose you when you feel lost. I choose you when you're radiant. I choose you when you're raw. My choice was never based on your perfection. It was always anchored in my love, unshakable, eternal, unchanging. No failure can remove it. No mistake can undo it. No distance can separate you from it. You are mine. My child, you were born for such a time as this. You are not a mistake. You are not a detour. You are not late to your calling. You are exactly where I need you. Even your delay has a divine design. Even your waiting has weight in my kingdom. I do not waste wilderness seasons. I do not abandon those I've chosen. What I started in you, I will complete. What I promised you, I will fulfill. My word cannot return void. And I have spoken over you. You've been through fire, and still you shine. You've walked through waters, and still you rise. You've been rejected, but I have accepted you. You've been overlooked, but I have appointed you. I have marked you with my favor. I have placed a calling on your life that no man can cancel. You don't need approval from those who misunderstood you. You don't need to explain yourself to those who cannot see what I placed inside you. Your anointing does not require their affirmation. Your path was never theirs to understand. I wrote it with my own hand. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to try harder. You just need to be faithful. Stay close to me, even when the path is dim, even when it's quiet again, even when you don't see movement. That's where trust is formed. That's where roots grow deeper. That's where faith matures. Not in the noise, but in the stillness. Not in the crowd, but in the secret place. Come to me there, not with perfection, but with presence. Let me remind you who you are. You are not overlooked. You are hidden. You are not behind. You are being prepared. You are not small. You are sacred. You are not weak. You are full of my strength. Everything they use to count you out, I will use to lift you up. Every lie spoken over you, I will silence with truth. Every closed door, I will redeem with a better one. You've been planted, not buried. You are growing in ways no one sees yet, but soon they will. Soon the fruit will come. Soon the season will shift. Soon what I whispered in private will be seen in public, and they will know. It wasn't luck. It was me. It was always me. I was the one keeping you when it didn't make sense. I was the one providing when the resources ran dry. I was the one giving you strength when you were too tired to stand. I was the one preserving your name when others tried to stain it. I was the one holding your future when you feared it was over. I was never distant. I was never late. I was always working. Even in the delay, even in the silence, even in the dark, I am the light that never leaves. I am the promise that never fails. I am the father who never forgets his child. So don't look at your life and call it luck. Call it grace. Call it favor. Call it divine, because what I am doing in you is not ordinary. It's holy, set apart, strategic, heaven-backed. My child, rest in that. Rest in the knowing that you are surrounded. Angels have been assigned to you. Heaven has been advocating for you. You are not moving alone. Even when you step forward afraid, I go before you. Even when your voice shakes, I speak through you. Even when you feel empty, I pour into you, and I will continue to do so. Not because you earned it, but because I love you, because I chose you, because I'm not finished with you. There are doors I've opened that no man can shut. There are blessings coming that you didn't have to chase. There is restoration, rising in the places you thought were dead. This is not the end, it's the beginning. You will look back and weep, not from pain, but from gratitude. You will say, now I see, now I understand. It wasn't luck, it was God, and I will smile. Because I never left your side. Even now, I'm still here, still holding you, still speaking life over you, still working for your good, still surrounding you with mercy, still writing a story that brings glory. So breathe, my child. The pressure is not yours to carry. The outcome is not yours to to control. The victory has already been sealed, and it belongs to you because you belong to me. You always have, and you always will. Let that be enough. Let me be enough. For in my love, there is no fear. In my arms, there is no lack. In my name, there is always hope, and I have called you by name. You are mine. Now rest. The next part of your journey has already been written, and it is beautiful, and it is blessed, and it is unfolding. Not by chance, but by divine design, not by luck, but by me, always me. You've waited long, my child. You've endured more than most know. But the waiting was not empty. The silence was not void. Every moment was pregnant with purpose. Every delay held a hidden design. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. I was enlarging your spirit, deepening your roots, making you unshakable. You asked me to take you higher, but you didn't know the weight that would require. You prayed for more, not knowing that more often comes through surrender. You cried out for my will, and I began to shape you to carry it. Not everyone can walk the road you've walked. Not everyone could survive what you've survived, but I knew you could because I placed something eternal in you. You are not ordinary. You are not just passing through this world unnoticed. You are here on assignment. You are here to reveal my glory. You are here to carry light in places others have feared to go. That's why the battle has been intense. That's why the warfare has been relentless. Because darkness fears the awakening of my light in you. But it's too late now. You've endured too much to go back. You've seen too much to stay silent. You've lost too much to settle for less than what I've promised. You've been through fire, and instead of being consumed, you were refined. Now, my child, I am bringing forth gold. The season is shifting, the pressure is breaking, the weight is lifting. You're entering a time of fulfillment. Things are about to make sense. You're about to see the why behind the waiting. You're about to walk into places that once rejected you. You're about to hear yes in the same spaces that once told you no, not because you forced it, but because I opened it. Not because you chased it, but because I ordained it. Your steps have been ordered by my hand. Your name has been spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Your obedience has echoed in eternity, and the reward is near. No more striving, no more questioning if you're enough. You are already approved. You are already chosen. You are already backed by heaven. Even now, doors are opening. Even now, burdens are lifting. Even now, your spirit is rising. Because I'm calling you forward, and nothing can stop what I've begun. I am not a man that I should lie. I am not bound by time or circumstance. What I spoke, I will fulfill. What I started, I will finish. You don't have to fight for it. You just have to stay faithful. You just have to stay near to me. I'll make the crooked paths straight. I'll shine light on every hidden trap. I'll protect what's yours and silence every false voice. I'll vindicate you in due time. I'll surround you with favor like a shield. I'll lift you up, not to elevate your name, but mine, because you carry my glory, and I do not take that lightly. I've entrusted you with much, and I will not allow the enemy to destroy what I have invested in you. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not when I will raise a standard on your behalf. I will surround you with divine protection. Will make an example of my goodness through your life. You may have felt overlooked, but you are about to be overfavored. You may have felt forgotten, but I'm about to put your name in the mouths of kings. You may have felt stuck, but I'm about to accelerate you into places you didn't know how to reach. And they will wonder how you got there. They will whisper, how did they survive that? How did they recover? How did they rise so fast? And you will say, it wasn't luck, it was God, because it will be undeniable. I will make it undeniable that it was me, that I did what no one else could, that I lifted you, kept you, restored you, not because of your strength, but because of my mercy, not because of your perfection, but because of my purpose. You are not walking into blessings randomly. You're walking into the harvest of every seed you sowed in faith. You're stepping into the answers of prayers you forgot you prayed. You're about to taste the fruit of every tear, every test, every time you said yes when it hurt. And when the blessing comes, it will not crush you, because I've built the character to carry it. You are not just being elevated, you are being transformed. You are not just being blessed, but you are being made new. Your heart is being healed. Your vision is being restored. Your joy is being renewed. The old has passed, and behold, the new is here. My child, hold on, you're closer than you think. Don't give up now, you've come too far. Heaven is still backing you. The angels are still ministering to you. The story is still unfolding. Don't judge it too soon. Don't call this the end when it's only the turning point. Don't label yourself by what you've lost. You're not a failure. You're a fighter. You're not broken. You're becoming. You're not behind. You're right on time. I haven't forgotten one promise. I haven't missed one detail. I am the God who watches over his word to perform it, and I will perform it in your life. Not a version, not a shadow. The full promise, the fullness of what I've spoken. You will see it. With your own eyes, you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. You will live and not die. You will flourish and not faint. You will laugh again. You will dance again. You will trust again, not because life is perfect, but because I am faithful. My child, don't let go, even when you're tired, even when the warfare intensifies, even when the waiting seems endless. I am still working. Even in the quiet, I am moving. Even in the mystery, I am present. Even in the valley, I am guiding. You're not being punished. You're being positioned for glory, for purpose, for impact. And when it's time, you won't have to force the door open. It will swing wide, and you will walk through, not as a beggar, but as a beloved. Not in shame, but in strength, not with apology, but with anointing. Because I am the one who opens doors no man can shut. And I say, as it is your time, the shift has begun, the heavens have responded, the oil is flowing again, the promise is rising, and it's not luck, it's me, it's always been me, my child. I know what it cost you to still believe, to hold on when everything in you wanted to give up, to speak life when your own soul felt numb, to show kindness when you were met with cruelty, to keep trusting when hope felt distant. I saw the silent battles, the nights when no one called, the mornings you had to fight just to rise from your bed. I was with you in every one of them. When you said, God, I can't do this anymore, I said, I'll carry you. And I did. You made it. You made it through what tried to break you. You walked through what you never thought you'd survive. And even when you felt like a failure, I saw you as victorious. Even when you stumbled, I still called you chosen. Even when you had nothing left, I stayed by your side. Because I never asked for your perfection. I asked for your heart. And my child, your heart is precious to me, wounded, yes, but still mine. And I am the one who binds up the brokenhearted. I don't despise your tears. I treasure them. I don't ignore your pain. I redeem it. Nothing you've walked through will be wasted. I will turn it all into something beautiful. I will use the very thing the enemy sent to destroy you to launch you. You will be a living testimony, not of ease, but of endurance, not of perfection, but of my power. You are not just coming out of this. You are coming out wiser. You are coming out stronger. You are coming out more full of me. There is glory resting on you now, a weight of glory that was forged in the fire. And because you trusted me in the dark, I will reward you in the light. You are about to walk into places you didn't have connections for. You are about to receive blessings that don't match your resume. You are about to encounter favor that no man can explain, not because you manipulated the moment, but because you yielded to me. You said yes to me when it was hard. You chose me when you could have chosen bitterness. You leaned into me when you didn't understand, and I will honor that. I always honor surrender. And now I say to you, arise. Arise from the shame. Arise from the fear. Arise from the doubt that has whispered, it's too late. It's not too late. You have not missed your moment. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten. I am redeeming the time. I am rewriting what man said was finished. What was lost I will return. What was broken I will make whole. What was buried I will resurrect, because I am the God of the impossible, the God who parts seas, the God who speaks to dead things and brings them back to life, the God who keeps every promise, even when the world forgets. And I have promised you much. I've whispered dreams into your heart when no one else was listening. I've shown you glimpses of the future I've prepared for you. I've stirred your spirit with visions of what could be. And they are not fantasies. They are invitations. I am inviting you to dream again, to believe again, to pray with boldness, to expect me to move. I have not changed, my child, and neither have my plans for you. They are still good. They are still in motion. They are still protected under the shadow of my wing. So rest in my sovereignty. Rest in my timing. Rest in my love. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to stay close to me. Let me lead you one step at a time. You don't need to know the whole map. You just need to know the one guiding your steps. I will never lead you into harm. Even when the path winds, it ends in glory. Even when the way feels hidden, I am lighting each step. Even when you feel behind, you are exactly on time. So let go of comparison. Let go of regret. Let go of every lie that says you're not enough. You are enough simply because I said so. You are loved, not because you earned it, but because it's who I am. You are seen, you are heard, you are known, and you are held. Even now, my spirit surrounds you. Even now, angels are encamped around you. Even now, healing is flowing into places you didn't know were still hurting. Even now, clarity is coming to what confused you. Even now, chains are breaking. Even now, peace is filling your atmosphere. I go before you to prepare the way. I walk beside you to be your strength. And I cover you from behind to protect what you cannot see. You are not alone. You never were, and you never will be. Now, my child, receive this blessing from my heart. I bless you with peace that surpasses understanding. I bless you with wisdom to discern what is from me and what is not. I bless you with courage to walk away from what no longer serves your spirit. I bless you with boldness to step into rooms you once felt unworthy to enter. I bless you with holy confidence, not rooted in pride, but anchored in identity. I bless your mind with clarity. I bless your emotions with calm. I bless your body with strength and rest. I bless your home with harmony. I bless your relationships with authenticity and grace. I bless your finances with provision, overflow, and stewardship. I bless your calling with acceleration, influence, and favor. I bless your children, your future, your legacy. Nothing will be missing. Nothing will be broken. All will be made whole in me. I declare you protected from every scheme of the enemy. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No curse can rest where my name is exalted. I cover you with my blood. I surround you with my fire. I hide you under the shelter of my wings. You are safe. You are secure. You are established. From this moment forward, you will walk with a new grace. A new oil will flow from your life. A new light will radiate from your spirit. You won't need to strive to be seen. You won't need to prove anything. Your fruit will speak for you. Your peace will testify of me. And your story will bring healing to many. Now walk forward, not in fear, but in faith, not in shame, but in freedom, not in worry, but in worship. You are not lucky. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are divinely held, divinely guided, divinely purposed, and the evidence of my love will follow you everywhere you go. Surely goodness and mercy shall chase you all the days of your life, and you will dwell with me always. I love you, my child. Now rest and watch what I do next. It was never luck. It was always me.